Call the meeting to order. At this time, we'd like to have roll call, please.
Mr. McKinney?
Here.
Dr. Bauer?
Here.
Ms. Robinson?
Here.
Ms. Nix?
Here.
And the agenda for the special call meeting to begin at 4 o'clock has been posted. Entertain a motion to approve the agenda as posted.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. The agenda is approved. Mr. Wilkes.
Yes, sir, Mr. McKinney, we request an executive session tonight pursuant to the applicable provisions of the Alabama Open Meetings Act to discuss legal matters and/or pending litigation with counsel. No action will be taken in this executive session. The requested time is 15 minutes.
Yes, sir. It'll be at least 15 minutes. And as Mr. Wilkes has stated, this is an applicable reason under the Alabama Open Meetings Act as amended, and I'm certifying that as a proper reason to go into executive session. We do need the motion, second, and roll call vote.
The chair would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
No, we need a roll call vote because it's
Oh.
pending.
Okay.
Mr. McKinney?
Aye.
Dr. Bauer?
Aye.
Ms. Nix?
Aye.
Ms. Robinson?
Aye. Yes.
Motion carries. At this time, we will enter into an executive session. Good afternoon. Thank you for attending. I'd like to call the work session to order right now and pass it off to Mr. Wilkes.
Thank you, Mr. McKinney, and good to see everyone this afternoon. We have just a few items that I'd like to mention during the work session tonight. First of all, we've got an athletic complex update. We are still making some corrections, and if you guys have been in and around the area, you know that we've been very busy. Our plumbing, we've had some opportunities, but the most recent Mr. Shaw plumbing issue was resolved late this afternoon, so fingers crossed. We make it through St. Michael's tomorrow night without any major plumbing issues. Mechanical, since I most recently led this, has been the test and balance. The numbers were good. So that makes me feel better about mechanical. I think we're getting closer to where we need to be. Gym lighting has been fixed. I think, Mr. Shaw, that was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. It never completely went out. We just lost some of our LED functions. So we now we'll be able to turn the lights down, make them orange and blue, make them dance, whatever. And we're excited about that. We had a little bit of a leak over the washer dryer area in the gymnasium. We had water running in through the conduit. That's not good. That water and electricity don't need to be in the same lines. Coming off somewhere off the top. So we're still working on that. Gym bleachers, I've got about 6 different things out there on those. And the concrete flooring I want today with the Jeffcoat company, and we're going to have to have some resolve with that as well. Just not pleased with the finished product. So we're working, making corrections at no cost to the board, I might add. That's always important. Do you have any question about the corrections before I touch on the punch list
Yeah,
items?
On the corrections, which buildings specifically were you having issues with test and balance?
Primarily the gymnasium.
Okay.
We had some, they're Daikin units, they're temperamental.
Test and balances.
I'll let Dr. Nelson explain test and balance.
Well, no, so test and balance, essentially, you're
Cubic feet per
testing
minute.
out to make sure that you don't have a negative or positive pressure problem within the building.
Yeah.
So that you're not sucking air out, like that you're pumping cold air in, and that you're making sure that you're keeping it in the building and not sucking it out and wasting electricity.
So it's cubic feet per minute that you're looking
You have
for
to
a
speak in
certain,
English.
certain test done with cubic feet per minute. You guys did a very good job
I
explaining
defer- I
that.
defer to Shannon.
You deferred. So, those things are looking better. Anything else? Punch list items. Electrical, they were installing floodlights on the palms there at the entryway near the Central Plaza, as I like to call it. We finally got the weight room flooring clean for the moment until somebody else tracks in on it. That was very difficult to get clean. We did some tracking at the end of the project that just would not come out of those floors, but we've got those taken care of. We're still, some concerns around the shot put area on turf, in front of the, field house, and even in the Central Plaza, some turf work. Track work, we still got to do some of that. The irrigation has been completed. I know that most of you noticed how the front, especially on the northwest side, stayed flooded. It's because it ran constantly. So all that has been fixed, and there is still painting on the liver system out front. You may like that nice bone white, but it's supposed to be white. So it will be getting painted pretty soon. And that'll have to be a roll. That's not a spray application with all the turf and everything underneath. So we're working on the punch list. Typically for our audience, 30 days after substantial completion. We're now working towards 90 days after substantial completion. So we're overdue. So it's time to get it finished. Any questions or comments about the athletic complex? Okay, very good. Let's talk about the CHOOSE Act. CHOOSE Act has been out for a couple of years, and it will now have an effect on Orange Beach City schools. We were, over the Christmas break, approved because I did apply to become an education service provider. Attorney Campbell, you may have some other districts that you work with that are in need of applying for this as well, so that they can reap some benefits, because now a certain threshold of income in the household may be accepted. And so there's a good possibility we might get some of these funds in our school system as early as, Mr. Gray, I think July 1 or so of this year. So I've listed some things here for your perusal. I know you'll want to read all of that, but most important here is the letter that we're planning on sending out. We've had a team to actually vet this to make sure that the tone and everything was what it needed to be. And of course, we're excited about second semester. I'm sure all of our students here tonight are excited about second semester. You see CHOOSE as the Creating Hope Opportunity for Our Students Education Act. Basically, for us, there could be $7,000 that would come our way because we were diligent in writing our board policy. These things do apply to us. So in alignment with board policy, that's important that you read it as if this is a procedure. It's not board policy, but I'm making it a procedure that all non-resident students apply this year. And there's just no way to really look at someone and say, your income fits or does not fit, therefore you don't have to. So everybody needs to, username, passwords, when there is no threshold on funding income levels at home next year. You'll already have your username and your password, and your students will already be in. So there should not be a whole lot more they have to do this time next year regardless. So everybody that's out of district will have to complete this process. That includes city and board employees. Though we do not charge them a tuition typically, the word is may, it's written loosely within board policy, but we don't. But we do expect for them to apply, and if eligible, we'll receive those benefits. Now, we will receive those benefits through a program that we're currently using. That program is called Class Wallet. Right now, we give teacher supply money and so forth out through Class Wallet. When they're accepted and they're approved in and around April the 15th, that money, I think by July 1, will come to the school system via Class Wallet. It's not a voucher that they don't get that many $100 bills in hand and they bring them to the school. It's all transferred electronically, okay? The date in which out-of-district parents have to apply is March 31. Now, from everything that I can read, they're going to use the tax filings for 2025. So that means they've got to get on the stick and get those things in. Of course, it needs to be done by the 15th anyhow. This window closes March 31. We've got a system set up in the office to remind people and to tell us when they've completed it, so we stop reminding them. We're not going to know if they completed the process until they either do or do not, during reconfirmation, upload the document. They must upload the denial or acceptance letter when they reconfirm. That is the first box for them to complete. So they check it, and they have to upload the documentation. That way we'll have record that they were denied or accepted, so we know what to expect next year. I will say that this is all in addition to the $2,500. Notice in parentheses, it says subject to change in parentheses. As a board, you may so desire to change that. And if you do, I suggest we do so in the next couple of board meetings so that we give them an opportunity prior to school to take care of those additional funds. Okay? Here is a step-by-step process that we have developed for them. Again, any of those links above will help them understand what this process is like. I would highly advise anybody who's out of district to watch the video first. It's a 12-minute video. It's really two-part. You fill out the general information as to where you reside and who your children are, and then there is another place for you to upload your tax documents. There's also a process that if you're not filing for taxes, they tell you within the video what then to do. Okay? So watch that 12-minute video. It can't take more than 15, 20 minutes, even if you've got 3 or 4 kids in the district to complete. So the way I see this, however many children that we've got times $19,500, that's 20 or 40 minutes that it takes you to complete. That's a pretty good hourly rate, okay? And what we get out of that would be $7,000. If everything that we believe holds true about this process. There were some problems last year, legislatively speaking, where they didn't have enough funds. If you recall, last year, they were pretty much taking special needs students, armed forces students, and so forth, and making this applicable to them. But they came back and had some supplemental appropriations to make sure that everybody was covered. So I don't know that they've set it aside and have enough funds this year. Doesn't matter. We've got a process. We need to take care of everything by the 31st. This is a snippet from the actual application. I went in and just did not become available until January the 2nd. I tried to walk through the process. That's probably the most important button there, that out-of-district parents select the school system in which they reside. It's not going to be Orange Beach, or else you wouldn't be out of district, okay? It could be Gulf Shores, it could be Mobile, it could be Baldwin County. I don't know where else it could be, but they've got to check that appropriately. They'll get confirmation in and around the 15th. They've got to save all that information, upload it when we ask them to complete the returning student confirmation for this coming school year. And it's going to be a short turnaround. For them, that window is really April 15th through the 30th, unless the Alabama Department of Revenue sends something early prior to April the 15th. Depends on how you read it. I read it as almost one mass emailing on the 15th that goes out. But it could perhaps happen. And I mentioned the Alabama Department of Revenue. This is not under the Alabama State Department of Education. It's Aldor. Okay, so that's important for you to see. Here's another paragraph that says, employees, we need you to complete. You may not have to pay the tuition, but you need to fill out the CHOOSE Act paperwork. I asked them to keep up with their passwords. They'll probably need those things next year. And then we've got a phone number there. We'll have people in the office that'll be trained that can walk people through this process if they have issues. We're actually going to, perhaps tomorrow or Monday, as we send this out, find a willing board employee that'll sit down with us side by side, because really I can't see the entire thing because there's some fields I have to complete that I can't just make up and keep going. So we need a real live person to go through this process. Now, I said a lot. Board members, what are the questions that you've got or the thoughts that you've got?
I think any idea of what the turnaround will be after application is submitted, where they, where they'll receive either, it's positive or negative?
15th of April.
15th.
Real easy to remember, it's tax day.
Okay.
Tax day is a day that they will find out, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know that that's one mass email that goes to several thousand people in the state of Alabama, or if they're going to drop them as they come in. But when you read it verbatim, it looks like it's all gonna be let on the 15th. And I have no experience with this prior to, because we had no reason, because it didn't apply to us.
Do we know, with it not coming through the Department of Education, do we know when it would be paid out? Like, is it based in arrears?
It's coming to us on the front end.
Okay,
It's either by July 1 or July 31.
okay,
We actually covered this in cabinet. I don't remember the specific dates.
okay.
When you go back, Ms. Shannon, and you look at the timeline here, it's real easy to see. There's your notification, Dr. Bauer, of eligibility. You'll get your proof of enrollment. You have to supply that proof of enrollment in Orange Beach back to Aldor. And then the ESA distribution is actually July 1.
Okay. of
And
the
then we
same
can
year.
begin using those funds effective July 1.
Okay,
There is a little fallacy in this policy. What happens if kids leave? And they didn't fix that for private schools or anybody last year. I don't know, at some point do they, they're obviously aware that some people stayed enrolled 3 weeks and the full 7,000 went to the district. Should you give back a prorated amount? I don't believe anybody's done that yet. So, but we will see. This is our first experience, but if we got to get the letter out to get people to fill out the application.
So the $7,000 is what would follow the student where they go. What's the rest of, you said something about 19?
Well, 19,500 is roughly what
Oh,
we
that's what
spend
it
per,
costs, yeah,
on
I know
educating
that.
each child.
Okay, okay.
So I want our parents to realize there's a lot more to it than just the $9,500. If you take the 7, add the 2,500, it's still a $10,000 discount.
Right.
Did I say that correctly? I think I
And,
did.
and I know you said they must fill this out,
Mhm.
but, if they don't, we just don't approve.
It's part of the
them?
enrollment process for them. They've got to do that. If we've got to be strong in this policy, we can't do for one that we're not doing for
Right.
others. So that's why the word must is in there, and it's strong, and we will adhere to it.
good.
I don't think it's too much to ask for that to be done.
No,
Because
absolutely not.
that cost per student is average 19,500. If that tuition is $2,500 or whatever it is for any employee, if they can add 7,000 to that, that surely helps against the 19,500. And even though that's still a $10,000 deduct from the actual average cost, it would be an effort that would be much appreciated if you're out of district. Then the other option is we could raise the tuition for out of district up to the 19,500. And I don't think anybody wants to do that. I think we'd rather have some cooperation on helping to get these state funds.
Other questions or thoughts? Mr. Campbell, did I cover that pretty well, sir? Yep. Okay. Terms of board members, we have this as an action item night. This is a revision, and according to Robert's rules, we do not have to have a second reading on a revision of this nature. I want to explain that the former policy was more, it reflected us becoming a school system really in April of that year, and so the language just never was changed. And in a city school system, this process is always a 1st of June process. So if you can read there with me, you see the black font, nothing has been changed. The red font are new additions, the strike-throughs are things I'm asking the board to remove. Of course, every board member's term is 5 years unless you're completing a term for someone. It expires annually, and at least one term, not one board member, but one term does so annually. And then the newly appointed board member will assume office at the next regular meeting of the Board of Education in June for that appointment. I think we've been doing it in May, and so it needs to reflect state law. That's the biggest change there. You could see the strike-throughs. The strike-through was at the next scheduled board meeting, so typically they would act in April, and then they'd come on in May. Members shall serve on the board until the successor assumes office. In the event of a vacancy in the membership of the board by resignation or otherwise, the fact shall be reported to the city council by the board, and the council shall appoint a person to fill that vacancy for the unexpired term. Formerly, we had this verbiage in there, and I think it can come out. As board members change, we'll be updating this annually, this one policy, and that's just typically not something you would see. That's really more procedural. It's documented in the office, documented probably in the city notes and minutes. So it's just something that probably needs to be a little bit cleaner. That's the reason I'm asking you to strike that. Other thoughts? Attorney Campbell, did I cover that pretty well?
Yeah.
We looked at this, of course, together.
Yeah, just need to be updated to the law.
Nothing changed with the reflections, the references there. Everybody good? Okay, so that covers our starting dates. Mr. Matt Gray, would you come to the microphone, please? And let me know what you would like for me to pull up regarding the financials.
I will be fairly brief. We are going to look at November, so we kind of got 2 months worth of data to look at, so it's still unclear on a 12-month budget as to where everything's going to land, but just know that we are in line with the previous year and really where we expect to be from a budget standpoint. So revenues for November were $2.2 million. That brings the year-to-date to $3.2 million, or 11% of budget. That's really right in line with where we would be tracking on budget. And then November expenditures were $1.8 million, bringing year-to-date to $4.1 million. You can go on past, sir, the two graphs. Those will mean more as we continue throughout the year. So significant revenues for the month, $1.5 million from ad valorem. We all know it's ad valorem season, and we're thankful for that. And then there were $316,000 sales and use tax. So sales and use tax has still remained pretty strong through the fall. You can see a slight reduction in fund balance, nothing big. We're at 6.25 months, which is really pretty great. And then we would be expecting probably the remaining 70–80% of ad valorem through the month of January and probably early into February this year. The receipts seem to be lagging, maybe a little bit slower than they were in previous years. So big thing right now is we've worked through October, November. We've paid our big New Year expenses such as insurance, new curriculum, stuff like that. And we are in the middle of ad valorem. So by the time we get to the end of January, early February, this will look significantly different, but we are in a good position currently.
Any questions from Mr. Gray? Thank you,
No, thank you.
Mr. Gray, thank you, sir. Excellent job, as always. We have no public comments tonight, so that's all that I have for our work session.
Okay. We'll adjourn the work session. Do we take a break or keep going?
And it's left up to you, sir. I'm good.
It's up to me.
I say we keep going.
Keep going.
All right, we're going to keep going. At this time, we would have, our invocation will be led by Perry Webb. She recently earned 3rd place in the National FCC LA Fall Challenge Test competition in the School to Career Challenge Level 3 category. Thank you, Perry.
Hi, good evening. Thank you so much for having all of us today. I'm Perry Ellen, and I'm just going to pray us into tonight's meeting. If you'd bow your head. Dear Lord, thank you so much for bringing us all here together. Please continue to guide everyone's decisions and bless their work as they are making a difference in our community and are making our schools a great place to learn. I just want to thank you for what you're doing in all of these in this city and what you have for us to do. Amen.
Thank you, Perry. At this time, I'd like to call our meeting to order. And we will have Lillian Williams, a sophomore, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Lillian, if you would come to the microphone. Lillian earned second place in Hospitality Services Challenge Level 2 in the National FCCLA competition.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do it at the end. I got an announcement. I did the first one. Okay. So we'll do it in just a minute.
Okay. Roll call for the meeting, please.
Mr. McKinney?
Here.
Dr. Bauer?
Here.
Ms. Robinson?
Here.
Ms. Nix?
Here.
We have a quorum. You've seen the agenda as posted. I would entertain a motion for the approval of the agenda as posted.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. The agenda is approved as presented. Consideration of the previous minutes. Those have also been posted. You've had a chance to review those. The chair would entertain a motion for the approval.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion, changes, conditions, deletions, additions? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. Recognition of guests.
We would like to welcome all of our guests tonight. Mr. Joe Blevins, who normally does this, would much rather be with us. He had a root canal this afternoon, so I think I've just probably breached HIPAA or something. I guess I can take it up with HR. He is HR.
You're not in the medical field.
So we've got a lot of parents with us tonight. And parents, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to educate your children, okay? They're fabulous, fabulous students. So thank you guys, each and every one, for being here tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Wilkes. Do we have any people sign up for comments on the meeting?
No, sir.
Seeing none, we're down to announcements.
Very good. Well, you've mentioned a couple of our FCCLA winners. Ms. Dillon, do you mind coming to the microphone, please? Yes. We're very informal here. And bring with you Ms. Perry Webb, Journey Anderson, and Lillian Williams, and Ella Underwood. Guys, we're so proud of you. You are our first CTE National Award winners in our entire school district. You will go down, just like Rudolph, in history. Yes, I'll be here all night. Ms. Dillon, tell us about your phenomenal students and what you do in FCCLA.
Okay, well, we do a lot of school to career, and we do a lot of soft skills, and we also do a lot of home management, because what's happening is we are giving all these tools to our students, and they're taking them, and they're doing so great in their career, and then they have to learn to balance a home life and their career. Well, these students demonstrated that in their home life and careers that they are going to be able to balance very well compared to on a national level. So I'm very, very proud of them. And I also got recognition from the state CTE because they are the first to compete nationally, and then of course we won. So I'm very proud of them, and they did a great job.
So help me understand exactly, Lillian, what you guys did. Did you take a test or something of this nature?
Yes, sir. We just took a test, and
If you don't mind, step to the microphone. There you go.
yes, we just took a test, and that was basically.
What was the test on?
I think they were all on different things. Mine was on hospitality services, and then I think that there was career ones as well, so.
Did you know that 80% of the jobs here on the island are hospitality and tourism related? I'm sure
Yes.
your wonderful teacher has told you all that. So
Yes,
it's
sir.
important to our community that we continue to produce persons of that nature. You guys have an interest in going into something in hospitality and tourism? Step to the microphone, please, and tell us about your aspirations there.
I'm Ella Underwood,
Yeah.
and I've always wanted to do something in hospitality and tourism, which is why I moved into Miss Dillon's class. And once she gave us the opportunity for the testing, I knew that I wanted to take it. So
Very good. Well, anything in particular in hospitality and tourism that you're very interested in?
I want to go into event planning, something
Oh.
of that nature.
My son would have done really well at that at college. That's not a compliment, by the way. He's not here tonight, so we can say those things. He was really good at event planning for the SAE fraternity. So don't do that, by the way, okay? But do come back and serve this great community. Tell me, there were different classes of exams.
Yes.
What does that mean?
They're grade levels.
Uh-huh.
So 9th and 10th would compete against each other, and then 11th and 12th would compete against each other.
Very good. Give me your grade levels one more time, please.
Oh, I'm a sophomore. I'm in 10th grade.
Sophomore?
I'm a senior.
You don't have senioritis yet, do you, Perry?
A little bit.
Just a little bit?
I'm a sophomore as well.
Sophomore, so 2 10th graders and a senior. Guys, we're extremely proud of you. Board members, anything you'd like to ask them or?
Just real quick, explain the levels. It says level 2 and level 3. Is that what was just explained?
Yes, it's just
Okay.
grade level.
Okay, perfect.
I have a question. So for lay people, what is your favorite thing, or what do you get most out of the CTE class?
I really enjoy getting to cook, and yeah, it's just really fun.
You need a kitchen, did I hear that now?
Yes, we do.
Now, this is the place now, these people that, you need to tell them, okay? We need a kitchen,
hear
huh? So what do you have, like a Bunsen burner? Is that what they were called in chemistry lab?
We have Ninja ovens.
Thank you.
And
I
I'm
was,
very grateful for those. Thank you.
we are aware that we've got some areas of growth there in career and technical education. This helps the board make those decisions when students like you are doing the great job that you are. It makes it a lot easier to come forward and make some changes, okay?
Ella, what are you getting out of it?
Like out of the testing?
No, just out of the class. Like, why would you suggest?
I think that with me wanting to go into that department, it's really helping me see what careers could be an opportunity for me. Because at first I knew that I've always been very creative and, so I knew that I wanted to do something along the lines of that. And so once I got into her class, Miss Lynn's been really, really good about just being one-on-one time with me, just helping me find something that I would really want to do. Because there's a lot of careers in that department that I don't know about. And so she's been very good about informing me on those and see what I want to do.
Good. Perry, same question to you.
Mostly from the test, I learned a lot about going from a school to a college to a career and what happens at each one of them and how to be appropriate in the environment that you're in. And I'm so grateful for that as when I grow up, when I get out of college, I want to do the same thing my mom does and open a business. And I feel like that's helped me a lot, realize the rules and the boundaries of doing that.
Very good. Thank you.
Excellent. Anything else? Well, guys, we've got a little something, a token of our appreciation tonight. I want to show these first. You're going to be the first recipients tonight, our Make-A-Way points, okay? And this is a very new gift that we're giving students and employees for outstanding service and participation, job achievements, and so forth. So if you would, please come on stage, okay? All right. That was our first recognition night. This is going to be a fun night. We've got several different people and groups to recognize. I would like Dr. Law and Ms. Hart, Mr. Burleson. Do we have anybody else representing the elementary school here tonight? They don't know what I'm about to say. Would you stand up, please? Hot off the press this afternoon. I received official recognition from the Alabama Department of Education regarding the Legislative Performance Recognition Program. This program recognizes schools across Alabama that demonstrate their exceptional academic performance or exemplary academic progress. Each year, schools are identified in one of two categories: schools that are ranked in the top 25% of schools statewide, or schools that demonstrate exemplary progress by improving at least one full letter grade. Only the top 25 schools of that 25% is really how that should read. Only the top 25 schools in each category statewide will receive this recognition. The board here tonight is proud to announce that Orange Beach Elementary School has been named top 25 school in the state of Alabama for the 24-25 school year. How about that? So without reading any more, because I'm a little emotional with this, because this is a big to-do. Okay, there are a lot of schools in the state of Alabama. This is not a school system award. There's a monetary award. I don't care if it's $2. We're going to Montgomery on the 12th, and we're going to be recognized at the state board meeting. Congratulations, Orange Beach Elementary School. Thank you so much. Sorry, I don't have enough coins tonight, okay? You really got to be good to get those. Joseph may never get one. I'm just kidding. All right, I got another announcement. We received today notice that our gifted program is receiving a grant for $20,000. About a round of applause. Congratulations, Ms. Burleson, the elementary school, all of our teachers, Ms. Reeves, that had something to do with this. I think the best that I understand, that money is going to be spent on underwater GoPros, okay? And they'll also be used to purchase 3D printers, tripods, and some other things. So we're excited about our students having access to cutting-edge technology. I guess we'll be out Bird Island in our scuba gear, flippers, snorkels, whatever, looking at things underneath the water, okay, very carefully. So that is super exciting. Those are two things that came up this afternoon that I really wanted to share tonight. You guys have any questions about that?
Yeah, who's the grant through?
The grant is through the Alabama State Department of Education.
Okay.
We do not get this every year. This is something that's competitive that we have to apply for. We've gotten it probably 50% of the time or so. So, you know, we have to come up with creative ideas, and I think the max award is $30,000. So, all right. Any questions about the grant other than that? All right. Another fabulous thing has happened in our school district, okay? One, board members, thank you so much for your support of our National Board Certification Teacher Program. What we do as a board, of course, the state awards each one of our nationally board certified teachers $5,000. We put in another $2,000, and for the expense and for the work, another $1,900 towards each. And it's not towards each module. It's a sum of $1,900. I think it's $450 per module that the board also pays for. Ms. Carrie Steele has been leading that charge in the back there. We're going to have her come on the board here in just a moment because we've got your NBCT pins tonight to give you along with the Mako Way coin. But when we started, Mr. McKinney, if you recall, we had 0 teachers that were nationally board certified. And tonight we have 4. That deserves a round of applause. So we're real excited tonight. Miss Brooke Neal, where's your best homecoming wave down front with the newborn? So you did not dress up for us tonight. I mean, you dressed up, but you didn't dress like you, okay. You did go to work today, she said. I've never seen her so normal. And that's a compliment. I just need to stop tonight, okay? Miss Brooke Neal and Miss Angela Murdy. Miss Murdy, congratulations, guys. Super proud of you. I'm going to ask that Miss Stephanie Dillon, who is up again, I think it's a renewal for your National Board Certified. So we hired SMART. We hired NBCT people already. And Miss Carrie Steele, we're going to ask all four of you to come up on stage and have a photo with us. Would you please come down front?
Can I ask a question or say something really quickly about that?
Sure.
Approximately how long does it take y'all to, from the time you begin the process to right now? I know the answer, but just for everybody to kind of understand how lengthy and complicated it is.
It takes a good 2 years. The majority is 2 years. And then in 5 years, it's up for renewal, and you have to do a big component to be able to renew as a National Board teacher. And it's just strenuous, and it really pushes you, because at first, it's all about self-reflection, and then it's self-reflection and growth of what you've done as a National Board teacher. So it's not just as a teacher, and then you get the boards. Now when you go to renewal, what development have you done and brought to your community and to your school to be able to elevate it? And that's what makes you maintain your certificate.
Well, thank you.
Do you think it makes you a better teacher?
Absolutely. It's all self-reflection. Every teacher should at least,
The board thinks it's valuable, and that's why we're willing to compensate and award and thank you for doing it.
Ms. Seeley, how many do we have in the cohorts now?
I believe we have 9.
Mhm.
And I do want to say it is extremely rigorous. They put in so much work. I am so proud of them. And it is considered the highest certification in education. It's about 4%, the top 4% of teachers nationwide.
Well, thank you.
Very, very proud.
Dividends for our students.
Yeah, and Ms. Steely, thank you for serving as a mentor. I know that that's not easy on top of all the other things that you have, so thank you so much.
She does an amazing job, too.
Even the process. So
Good.
I feel like it continues to force me to reflect and to talk to the teachers and talk about best practice and talk about what makes you accomplish, what can you do differently. So I just feel like it keeps me on, it just keeps me on all the time so that I can continue to strive. So I really do enjoy it.
Well, thank you all.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thanks, Brooke. Good to see you.
All right, just continuing with all the great things going on, we have.
Let me congratulate the grandparents. Congratulations.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
National Board Certified Teacher.
Okay. Gets it honestly then, yeah.
She trains.
All right, this is the month of January is Board Member Appreciation Month. And we're so excited of what our board members have done. Just a little bio there for each one of you in case you didn't know who you were. We're excited about the job you guys do. I think we've got a little video that we're going to play. Do you know where the video is? Because I'd like to play it. I thought we did an upload, but we don't have the upload here. I've seen it. It's a great video, by the way. It's made by our students. I'll talk while you find it. It's made by our students, and it's in my email. All right, let's just pull up my email for everybody to see. It is not there yet. I got some.
Yeah, quick.
There we go. All right. I'm going to keep our fingers crossed that the volume is where it needs to be. And again, remember, this is Mr. Feckle and some of his students. Mm-hmm. Very good.
January is here, and our school is buzzing with new goals, new challenges, and new dreams. But in every great school, success does not come by accident.
It is built by the people who believe in us even when nobody is watching. People who lead by example, people who walk in the Mecca way, and our school board does that every single day.
They show us respect by valuing every student, every teacher, every voice that makes our school stronger.
They earn our trust by protecting what matters most, our education and our future.
They lead with integrity, making decisions with purpose, doing what is right and not what is easy.
They expect honesty, so we grow into leaders who stand for what is right.
And they give caring, not for praise or recognition, but because they believe in us.
They don't just serve our school.
They inspire us to serve one another,
To learn with purpose.
to lead with character.
To live the Mako way.
So whether we're on the stage
Or on the court,
Or on the field.
in the band, in the studio, or in the classroom, we know you're always behind us, cheering us on, believing in us, and helping us grow.
Thank you, school board, for leading with the values that define us and showing us how to live the Mako way.
About a round of applause for our board members and our students.
Thank you.
So board members, guys, we appreciate everything that you do. Ms. Courtney, we've got some gifts that we want to bestow. You're doing a great job, Vanna. Thank you, guys. Tried to double your salary, but Matt Gray would not go along with it.
Double nothing is nothing.
Oh, actually, he did go along with
I'm
it.
hoping he's better at math than that.
And the last thing I would say as far as announcements, we're excited about the 29th, our Legacy Banquet. This year, we're out at the Perdido Beach Resort. We've got over 200 people that are committed to coming on that night. It's going to be a fantastic event. We've got childcare that's been set up. All of our wards are in. We're excited. So look forward to seeing you guys on that evening. Mr. McKinney, you'll have a couple of remarks as always, and I think Ms. Courtney has worked with you on that. Any questions about the banquet? Of course, we're honoring our teachers and staff members of the year. And we'll have a surprise, one surprise this year with Volunteer of the Year. So set to be a great evening. Our string group will be back with us.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they add just an element of class, if you will, to everything that we do, which we like to have that. Any other comments on the Legacy Banquet?
Most notable change is a location change.
It is. It is. So please be there, and we look forward to it. That's all I have by way of announcements.
Thank you. We're down to action items.
We have no personnel tonight, sir.
No personnel. Financial statements and bank.
Yes, sir. The superintendent recommends approval of the attached financial statements.
You've had a chance to review those. The chair would entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries.
And action item number 3, the superintendent recommends board approval of the linked revisions to the terms of school board members policy.
The chair would entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. New business.
We have one discussion item, which is really new business. It can serve as a first reading if the board so desires. We have the job description and the salary matrix for assistant superintendent. I'll pull those up at this time and see if you've got any questions. We'll look at the job description first. We had a original job description, but we needed to make it more relevant, just like everything else that we did when we created the school system. We did so in haste. So we've changed some of the qualifications and the responsibilities there. Of course, one of the primary things there would be to assist the superintendent in any number of ways. Typically, an assistant superintendent would also have some other special area that they're assigned to. And if the board so desires to approve this, and if we ever see fit to post for such as, we can decide as to what those needs really need to be and how someone could best fit those needs.
Okay.
Any questions about the responsibilities? Of course, it's a 240-day contract. Really, the evaluation is very similar to everyone else. Questions or comments?
No, not for me. Anybody?
And-
See none.
And then we've got the salary matrix over here, and what I've shown you is where the current assistant superintendent was, and down below that, about 17, 18, 19, 20. All of that is the current directors. And if you compare, again, we did all this in haste when we became a school system, there are places where the assistant superintendent is actually less than a director. That was unintentional. We think we need to correct it. You see the proposed one that begins in column H and runs through column K. And that is much more in line with where we think we should be. An assistant superintendent should receive more compensation than a director.
Okay. Can I take both of these in the same motion?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. The chair would entertain a motion for the approval of the job description and the salary matrix.
It's a first reading.
Oh, okay.
It's a first reading, so just a discussion item. And then what we'll do in February, if the board desires, we'll put it as an action item and then vote on it.
Okay, my fault. I thought
Is
we
that okay?
modified.
Yes.
Attorney Nash?
Yeah,
And-
we might want to re-say the motion, though. Just, we're approving the first reading of both of these action items.
Okay.
That's the motion. To have a motion in a second?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second on the first reading.
Comments would be, we need our AEA people to peruse this, so you'll be getting that tomorrow, Monday, sir. Okay? That's one of the primary reasons. It's always a two-step process to give the public and AEA an opportunity to look at.
Are they going to help fund it?
Do you guys want to help fund it? Kind of like a supplement or something? Okay. I know where that one's headed, not up the flagpole, okay?
Any more discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries
Next.
for the first reading. We have no executive session?
No, sir, we
had
took
it
care of that
earlier
during our special call
at
meeting.
the 4 o'clock meeting. Next meeting will be, if you approve this, it'll be February 9th, starting at 4:30.
12 p.m.,
Pardon?
12 noon.
Yeah, it's incorrect on here.
Okay.
The reason we're doing that is we will more than likely be playing in a basketball tournament that night. And on that Thursday night, where it's typically scheduled for, we have National Superintendent's Conference. I'd like to be able to go to that. I'll leave out on Wednesday and get back Friday or Saturday. So
There's
that's,
also something else on the 12th.
well, they've got the city council has a meeting on the Tuesday. There may be something else on the 12th. Well, I'm not going to be able to go to
Something I heard
Montgomery.
tonight. Yeah, the Montgomery.
Yeah, I'll have to send someone in my stead.
You could take the school plane.
Thank you. Okay.
All right.
We do not have a plane. Mr. Gray did not purchase a single engine.
Oh, yeah, I forgot they
Glider.
record these things. We don't have a plane. The meeting is at 12 noon, not 4:30, so.
Is that okay with everyone?
That's Monday, February
Yes, ma'am.
9th, 12 noon.
All right, so entertain a motion for the approval of that change.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to have the next meeting February 9th at noon. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries.
Who was the first on that?
Me.
Me?
Me.
Lisa, or
No.
Nelson was number 2.
Being no further business, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
If you oppose, stay here. We're adjourned.